Hi everyone, this is Marina and you're watching my monthly forecast video for January 2017 for Pisces. Before we start with the forecast for the month, I want to invite everyone to check out our astrological calendar for 2017. There you can find daily information about the heliacal phases of the planets and how exactly it can influence your life. Also, Lada has added the most important transits during the whole year, with explanations, with lots of details, and how you can use this energy to achieve the results that you're searching for. So now let's move with the forecast. And first, on the 3rd of January, we have Venus moving to Pisces and your own sign. So it falls in your first house. And this is a very positive transit that can bring a lot of joy and happiness in your life. Venus is the planet of love, positive emotions, even financial incomes, feeling comfortable, feeling loved. So you can find more joy and more happiness, and everything that you do actually can attract others people's attention. They may like you more than usually. You may feel more attractive. That's a wonderful transit for women to make something with their appearance, some kind of beauty procedures, or focusing more on changing clothes and improving their appearance and image even. So that's a wonderful transit, probably one of the most important for you during January. And for some people, this can be a transit that can bring love in their life. They can meet with new partners. They may fall in love also with other people. So really very harmonious and positive transit for you. After that, on the 8th, we have Mercury turning direct in Sagittarius, which for you is in your 10th house. So Mercury was retrograde during the past 3 weeks, and most of the time it was retrograde in Capricorn in 11th house. But right now the stationary phase of Mercury is in Sagittarius and 10th house for you. Which means that around these days, around the 8th of January, you should be especially careful regarding everything related with your work and career. There might be some complications, there can be some kind of delays in your appointments, signing contracts might be more difficult, communicating with authority figures also. There can be delays, there can be misunderstandings, there can be unclear communication. So avoid all kind of new beginnings, especially related with work and career around these few days. And after that, on the 12th, we have Mercury going back to Capricorn and your 11th house, where actually Mercury was retrograde most of the time. So this transit can help you to repair if something went wrong during the retrograde period of Mercury, especially in terms of friendships, communicating with many people, some kind of group activities, organizing these group activities, social activities and stuff like this. So if something went wrong during the past 3 weeks, now you can repair it, you can fix it, you can find the solution, you can find the missing information, and also you can change something that you have started during the past 3 weeks, especially in some kind of group activities, social activities, things related with friendships. After that, on the 12th, we have a full moon on the 23rd degree in Cancer and Capricorn. So for you, it falls in your 5th and 11th house. The full moons are the periods when we can set free from something unnecessary, which is no longer useful for us, or we can achieve a material results in certain area of our life where previously we have started something. And in this case, we have activated 5th house, which is related with your personal activities, with your personal desires, with your love life, with your creativity, everything related with your children also. And on the other hand, we have more your social activities, your social obligations, your role as being part of the society or some kind of collective of other people. So this full moon may require from you to find the balance between these areas of your life. For example, you may need to stop doing something that is bringing you joy, which is 5th house, because you have some obligations related with other people, because, for example, you have promised your friend something, or you have just a task to accomplish with your with other people. Also, this can be the time when you can leave a romantic relationship which is no longer healthy for you, or which is not meant to continue anymore. And after that, on the 19th, we have the Sun moving to Aquarius, which is your 12th house. But before that, until the 19th, the Sun is still in 11th house. So until the 19th, the main focus for you is related with social activities, with group activities, with communicating with others, starting some social projects. So this is a very active period for you until the 19th. And after that, when the Sun moves to your 12th house, so from 19th until the end of the month, the Sun will be in your 12th house, which means that is a time for taking a rest, for quitting some of your responsibilities or social activities, making assessment of the past 1 year. Because after that, the Sun will enter 1st house and will be the new. You will start the new solar year. But before the beginning, you need to make the assessment, and you need to stay quiet for a while. You need to focus more on your inner world, to be more on private with yourself. So generally, until the 19th, you can be really active in terms of social activities and plans. And after that is more time to take a rest or just quit some stuff that you have planned before. So, after that we have new moon on the 9th degree in Aquarius, which is your 12th house, which will bring even more energy in this area of your life, which means that you can start making some plans for the future 1 year, but not start doing these particular activities, just planning what you would like to do in the future. Also, this is a positive lunation for you to work more with your past, to accomplish something, to finish something which is only related with your past, that you want to live in the past year. And doing things for people who are interested in spirituality, in meditations, this can be a great time to focus more, to start practicing something in these areas. And finally, on the 28th, we have Mars moving to Aries and your 2nd house. So before that, Mars is in your 1st house. Actually, almost the whole month, Mars will be in your 1st house. So you can feel an increased physical energy, desire to take concrete actions. You can feel braver, ready to take certain risks. And especially until the 19th, when the Sun is still in your 1st house, you can have a lot of physical energy and desire to do things. So this is really the time to take risks. And after that, when Mars enters Aries in your 2nd house, so from the 28th of January, you can focus more on practicing something more materially oriented, something that will bring some money for you, some activities related also with your health, with your physical energy, exercising, and all these activities actually can improve and can increase your physical energy. So I believe that these were the most important astrological indications for you during January. I want to wish everyone to have a very successful, healthy, fulfilling 2017, to achieve all of your dreams and goals. Thank you very much for following me and watching my videos, and I will wait for you next month again. Bye.